Anyone else into big hairy werewolves?
No.
I'm a crackhead, hey, I'm a crackhead.
Hello, it's Crackhead Chronicles in this beach. Today we're gonna be reacting to some of y'all's confessions. We are gonna hop right into this because it is midnight in Florida. Okay, send the art. I'll react to it right now. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, anyway, let's get to it. Right? If you've never submitted a confession, you should, because like I'm trying to see y'all's secrets, that's why. Me and my 3rd grade best friend used to date, and then at a field trip, she said me, so I got with her twin. She essayed me, Oh, she like so I got with her twin sister, and then I got with her best friend in 6th grade. Now I'm a freshman in high school, and the 3rd grade best friend is DMing me on Insta. Oh my god, TW slight implications of SH. I have no idea what that means. I'm too old. I one time watched a 30-minute tutorial of how to cover SH scars with the Kylie Jenner lip kit. What the f are these, like, abbreviations? And my cousin once killed my hamster. And to get back at him, I took everything he loved out of his room and took it home with me. He lives in California. I live in Missouri, damn. As a kid, I used to kill ants with a flashlight, ate paper, and ate grass. Why a flashlight? And why would you eat grass? You must like salads now, huh? I was groomed as a freshman. To get more attention, I lied and told him that I had loads of sex before. I was a virgin at 14, so. But he told other people about it, and because I was already so desperate for attention, I confirmed it, and it became the thing that people knew me for. It spiraled out of control and became the foundation that I built my close group of friends on. We were friends for 5 years, then one of them texted me that they hated me, thought I was disgusting mostly because of that, but also because of the fact I'm gender fluid and bi, and that she hated me. Instead of trying to fix things with the rest of the friend group, I removed any trace of myself from social media and blocked them, and had a really destructive mental breakdown. Now I have to work at a really physically demanding job. Me working as a dishwasher, it literally breaks my back in half. Like, more than, like, never mind. Maintain my grades, manage my ADHD, and look for new friends, all while suffering from horrid self-hatred and passive suicidal ideation. You know, working at a physically demanding job while trying to do all that shit and have suicidal ideation, that's tough. But you'll get through it. I have suicidal ideation too. Sometimes I think, wow, it would be nice to not wake up. But then there's days like this where I'm happy that I did, so. I remember being such a nasty ass kid. I used to fucking chew up my toenails all the goddamn time, like literally to the point where they start to bleed.
N-word, N-word, N-word.
I had unlimited internet access as a kid, and by age 9, had a porn addiction. I saw porn for the first time when I was 11. It was like on YouTube. Actually, no, the first time I ever saw because my brother left open this website with like pictures of like black p-words. I remember I remember very specifically, it was this black woman on a chair with her legs just wide, like over the edge, and you could just see everything, and I like scrolled, like you could see her face, and then I scrolled down, I saw everything, I was like, oh, I scrolled back up and I left the room, and then I got curious and I looked up YouTube, and then that's when it started, and now I'm into all types of weird freaky shit. So anyway, anytime I was home alone, I would be browsing porn, dark web, the black market. How do you find the black market? And other illegal websites. At this point, you were 8. Vibe. And other illegal sites. At this point, I also didn't know that clearing your browser history was a thing. Yikes. So every site I had visited was still visible. My mom asked me at one point where all of it was, and obviously lied and said I didn't know. She then went to ask my younger sister, and this bitch confessed. Apparently she was doing the same thing as me, and neither of us knew. Anyways, to this day, my mom and sister don't know, and they never will. This is also when I unknowingly developed a tentacle kink. You know, we had that conversation, we're like, yeah, like, I watch this type of and I just laugh at it, except I didn't laugh at it, I actually like got off to it, but I lied because I was embarrassed. And it was a very specific type of PORN. Like, yeah, not the tentacle. I think I've only watched tentacle PORN like once, and I was like, This is interesting, but it's not my forte. Anyway, I'm a girl and I was 7 at the time. One time I was at my friend's house sleeping over and we were bored. We were sitting in her room while watching TV when she just kissed me out of nowhere. Y'all be getting up to some freaky shit in elementary school. Like, I didn't kiss anybody till I was 17. I didn't even see my first ding dong in real life until I was 17. I didn't even get my first pic till I was 17. I was confused at first because I liked it, so we kept kissing, and then we heard her mom's footsteps. We both hid under the blankets and acted like we were asleep until her mom left the room. It had been a few minutes after her mom had left, and we started going at it again. Ew. We stopped after a while because we kept getting scared of her mom coming back and catching us, but now we stopped talking and she moved, so I'll never get to see her again. But my confession is that I think about her all the time and I have a boyfriend. Oh, I wonder if this person is aware that they are probably bi. It's like the gayest thing I've ever seen. I have another story. Like, Olivia just reminded me because she said a guy sent me a DP when I was 12. Me and this girl in pre-K showed each other's underwear to each other. Anyone else into big hairy werewolves?
No.
So one time, you know IMView? If you're like a 2000s kid, you'll know what IMView is, or maybe it's still popular, I don't know. But I was on like IMView or like some other like weird chat site, and I was talking to some guy. I was 9, by the way. I talked to some guy. He asked me for my number. I gave him my number. I had a cell phone at 9 years old. Or was I 11? I don't know. I was like 9 or 11. And he said, send me a picture. So I said, you send me one first. So he sent me one. This man was at least 30. And I sent my picture. I told him that I was like way older. I don't know how old, like 18. And then I sent my picture. Why did I send my picture? Why would I send my picture? I'm like 9 or 11. And I sent the picture. He's like, oh, you're 18? And I was like, yeah. I blocked him. I got Orbeez in my hoo-ha while in the bath. He, him. You got Orbeez in your hoo-ha, but you're a he, him. In your hoo-ha. In your butthole or like your tip? I had this friend I used to go out with. My friend knew him. They used to talk. He'd usually ask me and my friend for pics. We'd always decline because this dude was desperate as fuck. Me and my friend decided to trick him and do a trade. So my friend made a deal. If she sent a pic, he'd send one of his ding-along. His ding-along. We sent him a fake photo off Google, and once he finally sent his ding-along, me and my friend were screaming. This motherfucker had a small ass D. When he took her out, it wasn't even hard, it was limp. Whenever I think of this, I get flashbacks. If it was limp, of course it's small, but it probably was still small heart. I once almost peed on myself because y'all need to type better. I once almost peed on myself because on a bug in my bathroom. By the way, I love you guys' videos. Thank you. I dated a 17-year-old when I was 12. And I never told anyone until my dad saw the text, and he told my whole family about it. My mom, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, even his work friends. You were groomed. I'm so sorry. That is so disgusting. 12? That is so disgusting. In middle school, my friend found a DP on her mom's phone. Bro, it was so large. That just put a really bad taste in my mouth. Like, knowing that your mom was getting that schlong. Like, when I was in 7th grade, I was finishing up class with my friends, and I went to talk to them, so I leaned on the table and grasped the edge of it so that my palm was on the top of it, but my fingers were holding the underside. When I held on the table, I felt something weird and gooey, so I looked under the table, and there was a whole ass nut on the bottom of the table, and I touched it. I swear to God, I almost threw up. Worst day of my life, and I never told anyone. Who is nutting at school in 7th grade, bro? Oh my effing jeez. Oh my gosh. You've never told anyone? I feel so special right now to have read that, because I know you're not lying. That just reminded me. In 6th grade, there was this girl who was a little bit weird. I mean, I didn't mind her. Her name was Yolanda. She was black. Anyway, there was one day where this girl was sat with her legs spread, and she was sitting like in the back of the classroom, so like everyone could see. Like, if you looked, you could see like underneath her desk. She was, no joke, in the back of the classroom with her hand in her pants. You could see like her doing this. I was like, girl, if you don't get a life. I'm sorry, I'm still caught up on that last one. That is so f***ing foul. When I was around 8 to 9 years old, it's always 8 or 9. Like, I feel like we were all terrorized when we were like below 10. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I was being babysat by an older stepbrother. We were playing a game on his monitor, and I kept losing and got angry and accidentally broke it. Whoo, I'd be mad. I'd be mad at you, son. I'll be pissed. I was a pretty immature and stubborn kid and didn't feel like saying sorry, so we just left the situation alone for a little bit until he tells me he's going outside to walk the dog and then comes back with an alive cricket. Then this motherfucker tells me to eat it and basically blackmailed me into eating an alive cricket, or he was gonna tell my dad that I broke his monitor. So I ended up eating it and threw up all over his floor. Karma. Cause did you clean it up? I bet you didn't. Like, okay, well, you probably should have apologized for destroying his monitor, but like, you're 8 or 9 and you can't just make a kid eat a cricket. So he definitely got karma for having to clean it up. This was years ago and I don't even talk to him anymore because his mom and my dad are divorced, but I still hold a strong grudge. If you're wondering what a cricket tastes like, it's pretty salty. People eat crickets, so I mean, at least he didn't bring back a lizard, because my dog brought a dead lizard into our house and that shit reeked up the entire house until we figured out that it was the dead lizard. As soon as we threw the lizard outside, the entire reek was gone. My shameful confession is that I don't mind seeing D's or genitals on Omegle or any like video chat with stranger websites unless they don't look good. I mean, I don't mind it. It doesn't disgust me. I'm just like, okay, next. I walked in on my stepdad eating my mom's kitty cat. If I were to see that, if I were to see a grown man face in my mother's hoo-ha, I would have to move out of the country and not speak to anyone I know for at least 8 months. When I was little, I used to my butthole in the shower to wash it out, and then one day there was little white worms all over my finger. Bro, I need the person that typed this out to personally DM me and out yourself, because I need to know your legal government name. There were little white worms all over your finger, and it says, and I never did it again. But what the f, bro? Someone look up like what that is, like what disease is that? It's called feline worms. It's pinworms. How do you get that? Something died in his ass? Huh? When I was little, I went to the living room to check on my mom when I saw her sleeping on the couch. At first, I took her phone and recorded a video of me singing until I got bored. So I looked at my mom as I was putting the phone back and I thought, what if I cut some of her hair? She'll never know, right? Yo, this is why I low-key am scared to have kids. And so I took my scissors and grabbed the chunk and cut it and shoved it under the sofa so she wouldn't see. She never noticed, and so I never told her about it. That is the most evil thing I've ever heard. One time, me and my cousin used to grab each other's asses while we played Subway Surfers. Why specifically when you were playing Subway Surfers? Get Bobo to read a confession? Okay.
Okay, so the next one is, I used to do K-pop and anime, specifically MHA or Danganronpa roleplays when I had an app called Amino. 2017 to 2020 was traumatizing.
Yeah, that sounds fucking traumatizing. Okay, what's the next one?
Wait, I can't read.
You literally just read.
I used to suck my toes and other people's toes. It tasted very salty.
Whose toes?
I don't know.
Whose toes were they sucking?
I don't know.
I'm not asking you.
When I was little, I was a little menace, and there was this cat at my aunt's house that would always scratch me, so I decided it would be a good idea to put cleaning solution in the cat's water. Oh my god. Every time I came over there. That's really... I don't want to read the rest of this.
I'd put the cleaning solution in the cat's water every time I came over there, which was a lot, and the cat died. I feel so bad about it now. Yeah, I bet you fucking do. When I was in kindergarten and my sister was in 3rd grade, she showed me piss kink. I still vividly remember what happened in the video. This is the 4th piss kink, like, related confession that I've read, and we've only read, like, maybe 40. I spread my little cheekies in the shower, not to get them clean, but because it feels good. Hey, no shame in that, you know? A little butt play, a little piss kink, a little. I'm while watching Twitter videos. I think that's pretty common. I don't like Twitter, but I have seen lots of PORN on it, so you peed on yourself so much as a kid. I peed in my aunt's bed one time, and I felt really bad because I was dreaming that I literally sat on the toilet and then peed, and then I wasn't on the toilet, I was literally in bed. One time when I was visiting my cousins, we went to the lake as a family trip, and I had to poop, so I went and I made a log, and I was embarrassed, so I tried to flush it, but the toilet did not work, so it was just floated there, and I told my brother and my 2 cousins who were there that it was already there. That's really embarrassing. I don't think I've ever had to tell someone like, yo, like I clogged your toilet. I have so many confessions of my own. I was about to tell y'all another one. I sleptwalked into my parents' bedroom and pissed on their floor. Olivia, what the f? I made a trail of poop on my sister's carpet when I was 1. Ew. I can't remember what the context was, when, why, how, but there was a time in my life where I clogged the toilet and it just wouldn't flush, and I would have rather done what I did than tell someone about it. And what I did was I grabbed it with my bare hand and I put it in the trash and I took it out. And then also, so gross, a couple times I have been so shy to poop in public because there's like someone right next to my stall that instead of letting the poop drop into the toilet, I'll grab like a wad of toilet paper and then catch it with my hand and then like slowly and then like slowly put it into the water, bro. Cause I don't want to hear the bloop. I just can't. I can't. Girl, I told my damn, the chat is going so fast. I can't. Girl, I told my friend and she came in and looked at the poo in the toilet. I killed a hamster by mistake when I was 6 because we kept throwing him in the air. That is so sad. I used to hump floors at 5. I used to eat my poop when I was little. Like I would grab it from the toilet and eat it. That is so foul. I tasted poop one time. And it tasted like actual acid, like stomach acid, which makes sense. I peed on my sister's toothbrush, dunked it in the toilet because she stole my Legos. That is the most irrational payback I've ever read in my entire life. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Anyone else had a poop and pee bin in the corner of the room? Bro, no! But sometimes I do wish I had a pee bin because I'd be waking up at 4 a.m. wanting to piss so bad, but don't have the energy to walk 2 steps to the bathroom. And there have been times when like someone's in the bathroom and like I have to poop so bad to the point where I'm like, I'm just about to poop in a fucking bucket in my room. Me and my girlfriend have owned like 10 hamsters within the span of a few months because they just keep killing themselves. We're gonna make a video called How to Take a Hamster's Life because apparently hamsters die by literally just looking at them. And I'd love to hear people's stories. I fantasize about getting my cheeks clapped by boys in my class. In 7th grade, I fantasized about like getting anal, and I don't know why. Because when it actually happened, it wasn't that great. Anyway, I honestly matured really quick, so when I was 9, I looked already like 12, and I was pretty tall. So when I was at one of my best friend's house, his cousins were over, but one of his guy cousins just didn't sit right with me. I'll call him B. So I was just sitting in my friend's room, AJ's room, and his cousin sat next to me. Then B leaned over and whispered, "I'm gonna have sexuals with you." I immediately tried to get away from him, but he would just follow me. The adults just thought we were playing a game because again, the kids there were about 9 to 10 years old. Finally, he left me alone after I threatened to slap him and tell his mother what he was doing, and I was taller than him, so he finally backed away. I still hold this to myself to this day because I don't know how to tell people. Now, anytime that same cousin B would come to AJ's house, I will avoid him and he will act as if it never happened. And I can remember which cousin it was, but he still seems as if it never happened. What a freak. In high school, I was very much in heat. And so in order to relieve myself while I was at school, I would go into the teacher bathroom because it was always unlocked and would relieve myself. You watching something? Like, were you watching something or? Anyway, y'all, that's the end of the video. I have a body pillow of Dream's face. I I feel like you're joking. There's no way. Pixar didn't happen. I had a dream that a killer clown sucked my toes once. I literally woke up in confused tears. Confused tears. Okay, let me stop reading them. Anyway, ciao. That's the end. That's the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really love you all. You guys make me feel like I have a purpose.